I founded Firefly in '99 with Eric Roulette. We met each other via Impressions games, where we produced the Caesar series and Lords of the Realm. Christ knows what we were thinking when we set up Firefly Studios. We thought we could make some like amazing strategy games. Actually, to be fair, we did. Stronghold was a big success. There's Eric. He's worried. So, I mean, we still play Crusader a lot in the office. It's pretty much the team's favourite game, 10 years on.
So Stronghold was a breakout hit, and Stronghold and Crusader over the years sold nearly 6 million units. The advent of platforms such as Steam and good old games has really changed the situation for independent developers like Firefly.
We've been looking forward to making Crusader 2 for ages. It's going to have the same core gameplay as Crusader. That was very successful. Why mess with a successful formula? So all about skirmish play, all about ease of building walls and knocking walls down, raising troops, fast paced. Of course, it's going to be different. So there'll be new units in there, which we'll talk about over the coming weeks and months. For example, the slave driver, cruel, big, fat guy, who kind of pushes the slaves on. The engine will allow us to do new gameplay effects in the game. So like, for example, the sandstorm, which will affect the game as well as look cool. It's a very fast-paced and brutal game, but that's what makes it fun.
So the way we see it, you're far more likely to make a great game when the money being used to make that game is being given to you by people who know your games, who believe in them and enjoy playing them. And admittedly, there are tons of great publishers out there who have this relationship with the developers where they love their games and they know their games and they give them the kind of backing they deserve. But when you've got a fan base who's been with you for over 10 years, and we're lucky enough to be in that situation, it just seems like the most ideal thing to do. I mean, successfully crowdfunding Crusader 2 this way would mean that the only people we have to answer to are people who have been playing Stronghold games for nigh on 13 years now, and for obvious reasons, we can't imagine a more perfect situation than that.
Not a day goes past without Simon coming into the office in the morning talking about diseased animals.
We're always known for like hurling diseased animals around, and I guess we'll have a poll on what the ones should be in the desert. My favourite, I think, is going to be hyenas. We spend a lot of time researching the medieval period and certainly the medieval period in the Middle East. And it's fun for us to do that. It's a period we're interested in, which is why we like to do it. But we've ended up with bookshelves full of books. It's fair to say we put an awful lot of effort into getting our motion capture like really crisp and as accurate as possible. A lot of people say that I do all the voice acting, and that's very kind of them.
Bring me the Lord's head on a rusty plate!
But no, we use a range of actors, professional actors, and for us it's about getting the atmosphere that kind of puts you in that kind of medieval Crusader world.
We are obviously putting a lot of money into Stronghold Crusader 2, but what we're asking is that the fans can donate some money just to push us over the line and give us that time needed to make a great game. And we're confident that with our money and the fans' donations, we can make the one that we all want to see.
So we considered other options in terms of funding, but with so many established developers beginning to use Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and obviously now Gambitious, crowdfunding for obvious reasons seemed like the ideal route to take. It's our first option, and preference. So that's the reason why we chose it. We want to connect with the fans. We want to answer directly to them, and we generally want to create the game in an environment where the only people we answer to are people that love our games and believe and understand them.
This time around with Crusader, because we're doing it ourselves, I think we really want to involve the community in the whole process. So, you can pledge, and if you pledge at a certain level, then you get access to the beta, the closed beta, which will allow us to kind of really get the polish and get the feedback on the game. And we're going to be putting a lot of effort into that. At the moment, effectively, us and the fans are the publisher of this game, and we're making the game together, and hopefully it's the game I think that everyone really wants it to be, and the game that it should be. It's a game that the fans have been asking us to make for a long, long time, so there's plenty of ideas out there, and we want to make sure those ideas are heard. But it's got to be right. You know, we're going to release it when it's ready.